Alright guys, today I'm going to be doing a tutorial about Romshelf, and more specifically how to work DOSBox into Romshelf. I expect you guys have Romshelf and know just the basics. If you don't, go watch my other video first and get the basics of Romshelf. And for DOSBox, I'll expect you guys to have that installed as well. I will leave a description, or I'll leave a link in the description about how to get DOSBox if you don't have that already. Alright, so first off, let's go ahead and so just the basics. We need to, with DOSBox, you need to run your ROMs through a configuration file. In order to do that, you need to make a configuration file and then tell it what, pretty much give it a command so that when you run it, it will tell DOSBox what to do, because DOSBox operates off of commands and instead of, pointing and clicking. So I've got to delete what I already made because I was just practicing beforehand. So first off, you want to open up your DOSBox, and you have to know where your DOSBox is saved for this to work. So go ahead and figure out where the path to your DOSBox is, and then go ahead and write config, config space -sign write conf space, and then name your configuration file. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it, or I'm going to be showing you guys with a game called Dangerous Dave. Whoops, not X. CONF. So you want to make a configuration file called the name of whatever this name is going to display on your Romshelf page. So you want it to be something that where you can know what game it is, not like, DAV65451. That's not going to make any sense. So go ahead and click enter. If you see this pop up, the Z:/, you probably did it right. So go ahead and close that. Go ahead and go into wherever your DOSBox is saved, and you should see something with the name of that you named it. And it should be a configuration file. So if we look over here, it says conf file. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out of here because I don't want it there. I want to put it in my ROMs folder with my DOS games. So these are my games. Okay? These do not need to go in the same folder as your conf file, but I think it's a little bit easier for me. So now you have to format your conf file. So open it up with Notepad, because we're going to do some changes. Scroll down to don't do anything up here unless you know what you're doing. But basically, you shouldn't need to change much, except down here you need to write, you need to mount the drive where your game is. So you want to write mount, and then let's make up a fake drive. I like to use G for game. And also, you want to use a drive that's not a real drive, like C, D, E, and F. Those are already drives in my computer, so I don't want to use any of those. So use mount G, and then you have to tell it what G is. So in order to find out what G is, go to your game, whatever game you're trying to put into Romshelf right now, and then go ahead and get this path right here. You can type it in manually, or you can just click up here, and it'll give it to you. Copy or cut that, and then put it into, so mount G, boom. So G is in your C folder, in your your C drive, the arcade, ROMs, DOS, and Dave folder. And then you need to tell it to open the G. So open drive G. So G : / or / whichever one that is. And then you want to, and now you want to tell it what the game is. So this is Dave, DAVE, all in caps, and it's an application file, which means it's an EXE for the extension. So you need the extension in this notepad. So write the name of your application. In my case, it's Dave.exe. If you're doing Lemmings, just put lemmings.exe or whatever it's called. Go ahead and save this. Like, for example, if I'm doing Baldies, then I would want to do this one right here, Baldies. So properties, the name Baldies plus DEXE. Alright, but I'm doing Dave. So now that this is done, we're going to go ahead and run it, and notice that, it doesn't work. So we've got to open this up with Romshelf, because if we open it up by itself, it's not going to work. So Romshelf will be able to get those two things to work together. So we're going to launch Romshelf. Alright, so I already did this earlier, but I'm going to just delete it so we can do it again together. So for the launch command, this is where your emulator is. So in my case, it's in my C drive, arcade folder, emulator folder, DOS folder, and it's DOSBox. So you want to get this file location, so cut that or copy it, paste it there, but also you want to do a slash, and then you want to copy this name exactly as it is. And this is an application file once again, so it should be .exe at the end. So in order to find that, you can go to properties and then see that it's a .exe. So you need that exe. So put DOSBox exactly as you see it. If yours is called DOSBox 567, then put DOSBox 567 exactly how you see it, and then put .exe or whatever the extension is at the end. It should be exe though. And then for the launch parameters, you're going to write this exact thing right here. So you want to delete the conf at the end of the file. So you do -conf and then space. You want to open up a quote, open up a bracket, and put ROM file all in caps, ROMFILE. Then you want to close your bracket and close your quotes. Now we want to tell it where our ROMs are. So I'm going to delete that because I already did that before. And my ROMs happen to be in the C arcade ROMs DOS folder. Just this folder. So just get this path right here, copy it, and paste it in there. Alright? And then if this is anything besides CONF, change it to CONF. That's it. And then unclick this include subdirectories if it's checked. Now regenerate your ROM list, and it should give you the amount of ROMs or the amount of conf files that you've made so far. We've only made one so far, so it's only showing one. Hit OK. Save your settings or it won't save. I like to click it a couple times just in case it didn't work the first time, and then hit done. And then go ahead and exit this. Whoops. I'm going to move this in the middle so you can see it. So now if I launch this, it should work. There we go. So now I'm playing this game. This is Dangerous Dave. This is a game that I grew up with and I really like it. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And then Romshelf lets you rate it. I'm going to give it a 5 stars. So this, there should be a picture right here, but there's not because this is named incorrectly. Not all games have a picture already with Romshelf, but this one I know does because I have it on my other computer and it works fine with a picture. So I guess that's really all you need to know to work Romshelf. Just make sure you get all this stuff exactly right, or it probably won't work. And make sure you save your settings and everything, and you're all good to go. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment. And I hope I've been able to help as many people as possible to get Romshelf working with DOSBox. It took me quite a few hours to figure out how to do it, and I'm really glad I did because now I can play my old games that I grew up with on my arcade machine with Romshelf. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you have any questions, once again, let me know. I'll put some stuff in the description to give you more information about what you might need. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.